brings me with the reason that I'm talking to you guys here today. We're getting ready to roll out a new product that I think you guys are going to be really excited about. And it's really going to help you guys produce some better results on the farm and really put more money in your bank account before it's all said and done. What I found and what I found through these last few years in particular is that folks really love the report. They like the information, they like staying on top of the news, and they like the way it's written. But we're having a little bit of trouble between bridging the gap between having the right news and information, which we agree is important as can be, but then implementing it and getting traction and gaining more dollars and banking more profits. So there's a little bit of a disconnect between having the right tools and actually being able to work on the equipment. And what I found is this: the report's one thing, but getting it to produce you a better bottom line is a whole different game. So we've created a product that kind of bridges that gap. Not only takes the information, you continue to get the information, but you're also going to get more information. You're going to get all of our proprietary news information. Everything that comes across my desk will be passed your way. But also, you're going to get to work with our staff one-on-one to help you implement the program. And what I found and what's been the biggest problem is, I've been an athlete my whole life, and I love sports. And my son, he plays in sports now, and he thinks he's kind of a little bit of a hot shot. And I have to tell him and constantly remind him. I say, son, even the best athletes in the world have to have a coach. They have to have a trainer. They have to have someone on the outside, from the outside looking in, that keeps you a little bit in line, keeps you in tune, keeps you on track. Really an unbiased opinion, so to speak. I mean, look at Tiger Woods. One time, greatest golfer in the world, has a coach. We can go right down the list. Michael Jordan has a coach. Great baseball players, great home run hitters, pitchers, all have a personal instructor or a coach that they can rely on and lean on in the off season or during the season if things aren't going their way. Business is the same way. Producers need that same exact thing. They need a coach, someone that can give them an unbiased opinion. Unfortunately, the business hasn't been ever been set up that way. From where I sit, they're crop insurance guys, and they're going to give you their opinion about the crop insurance, but they're also trying to sell you a product. So you're not sure if they're steering you in that direction or they're steering you in. You're just not sure. Commodity guys, or let's say marketing advisors or trading advisors, they're getting paid a commission, so it's like, well, is this guy trying to talk me into a trade? Is he not? I'm not really sure I understand all that. That's a problem. I see that as a problem. What I want to provide our producers with and our farmers with is an unbiased opinion, period. I got no dog in the race, no vested interest. I'm not going to tell you anything that I wouldn't tell my own family, my own friends. That's what I want to provide the farmer with, and that's what I think we're about to offer to the public here. Like I said, I've sat on many, I've sat with some on the board of directors at a few firms, and where, I tell my opinion, and that's fine. You don't have to run with that opinion, but you do need someone on your team that you can bounce ideas off of. There's no vested interest for me to tell you to sell to your elevator, to the ethanol plant, to the feedlot. I don't care. I don't have a dog in that race. I want you to sell to who you're comfortable selling with, and I want you to be able to ask me questions about those things, and I'll give you my best feedback and opinion. Similar to whether it's with crop insurance or if it's with hedging strategies or whatever it may be with, as far as cash sales or anything like that. So what we went and did, and I was having this problem. I was hearing the same thing from readers. Boy, we love it, but how do we get this to make us more money? So what I did is I said, I'm going to create this test group. And I created a test group, and I offered it to 10 producers last year. We had guys from Canada, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, all the big states, all the big producing states, even some smaller states. I threw it out there, and 10 guys immediately responded, and I worked with them one-on-one. It was awesome. It was great. I developed lifetime friendships, I'm sure, to say the least. Met some fantastic people, and we had a lot of fun. We did some really great things as far as marketing is concerned. We built a plan with each one. We individualized it, and we came up with this entire process. Now, through that, as you can imagine, there was a learning curve. There were some growing pains. The biggest one was getting the proper data and the proper information. As fast as the markets are moving these days, we have to have the right tools to make the right decisions. So I know people preach and preach about, having your inputs and having this and being organized and having the right formula in the right fashion. Well, It's important, trust me. As the markets whipsaw and move around today, you know, we may move 30 cents when you go to lunch and you get back, and we could be another 30 cents the other direction. We have to have a program and a system in place that allows us to pull the trigger immediately and quickly and know exactly where we stand. That was a little bit of a hurdle. We didn't have that. Let's just put it that way. We did not have that program. When I first met with the guys, a couple of my producers had these big elaborate spreadsheets, fancy as all get out. I mean, they had 15 pages of analysis and cost projections and comparisons. And I thought maybe I was going to have to go back and get another master's degree to cipher through some of this darn stuff. And then a couple other ones, I tell them the information I need, and I think they wrote it down on a napkin as they left Hardee's on the way up to the office. So it was kind of both ways. And then I understand that because I want to be organized. I'm one of these people that really wants to be organized, but I'm not. Let's be realistic. My wife helps me out a lot with it, but I'm not that organized. I tell everybody I go to Office Depot 3 or 4 times a year and buy the latest, greatest Franklin Covey planner with all the bells and whistles. And every year I look back through it. My wife says, "Well, you wrote down 2 appointments in that darn thing." And I said, "Well, you know, that's 2 more than I had when I started." So to be honest, I'm just not that organized, and I need someone to help me with that. And I found that most of my producers and guys I work with are the same way. I mean, I don't want to learn all these fancy programs and all this and figure out how to put all these elaborate spreadsheets together and do those things. It's just not what I want to do. I want to be more hands-on. I want to be outside. I want to be out talking to people and meeting new faces and doing those things. So I created this program, and I teamed up with a company called Grainbridge. They left. One of the guys was at Monsanto, one was at Cargill. They were risk management guys. They left, created some programming, customized some software for us to allow my producers to put in everything. And what the best part of it is, my producers didn't have to do it. All they had to do is pick up the phone and call. They'd call and be like, "Kevin, hey, we just bought some anhydrous. We paid this much for it. Put that in program. You got it 10-4. Hey, Kevin, we just pulled trigger on 100,000 bushels of corn down at the ethanol plant. We got 6 1/4 for it. Pencil that in. Okay, perfect." So all they had to do is pick up the phone and call us or email us, and my guys and myself put it in the system, programmed it in, worked slick as a whistle. And at night, or when they had free time, they could log on, see the information, print out reports, give it to their banker, the whole 9 yards. This thing, I mean, it was end all be all, but it took a long time and a lot of dollars to get us there. But I think we're finally there. So we built the backbone, which gives us the data and gives us the input. The best thing about the darn thing is we got it piped in direct with the quotes. So every night, I mean, you get on there, it's updated immediately with the Board of Trade quotes. You can get real-time price link to see exactly where you stand that night. When you go back home, how many bushels that you have on the farm, how many bushels that you've sold cash, what your hedging positions are. You can tie it all into one package, and it spits it out and gives you an exact rundown right at that moment in time based on the quotes right then. So that was the best part of it. I mean, it's a living, breathing marketing plan. Nothing like it, nothing I've seen out there like it. Everything's else on these spreadsheets, and I had to have guys faxing me stuff, faxing me cash sales, sending me this, sending me that. It was nuts. So we finally got it refined into this program that allows us to get it all online where we can, both parties can see what's happening and taking place. From there, what we had to do is we started to help the folks with the basis in their area. So if you tell me, "Kevin, hey, I'm marketing my corn to 4 or 5 different places. I never know what the basis is. Some guys are different here, some guys are different there." Well, I had my guys get on there, put all that into the little package, and we call and would get updates from those particular feedlots or elevators or ethanol plants or wherever it might be that you market to, and we'd get that basis every week. We'd give you up, call them up, tell them what was happening and where we were going to go with the basis. Now that part right there was nice because it helped the guys stay up to date and up to speed with what the basis was in their area. Once again, learning process took us a while to get to that point, but now it's in place, and I think it's really going to work well moving forward. So from there, we've taken all these tools and we've put them into a package that allows the guys to get out there and do a better job at what they do best, and that's farming. Like I said to our guys, the best companies in the country outsource things they're not good at. And that's what I've really found to be the case all throughout my business career. the greatest companies outsource the things they're not good at. What I found that the producers aren't that good at, they're great at farming, they're great at the farm equipment, they're great at working on tractors, they're great at trying to get some terrific yields out of the crops. That organizing and keeping track of some of that data and where your break evens are and things like that, not so great. Understanding market timing and all the pieces that are taking place with the risk models right now, not so great. So what we've done is created a way where a farmer can outsource that part of their business. And this is where I've created the ability to link the information that I have to producing better results. Now, what I found and what way we need to do it, it needed to be